Hi there. Today we're going to read a story together. The title is Brian's Hats. It says Brian's Hats, written by Anne Harth. In the picture on the title page, I see a boy. I think that must be Brian, sitting on his steps. It looks like three different times with three different hats on. So let's see what the hats are all about. Brian sat on the front steps of his building. He wore his red baseball cap. Looks like this picture. "Hi, Mr. Mack," he said to the mailman. "Do you have a package for me?" Mr. Mack opened his mailbag. "Not today, Brian." The next day, Brian sat on his front steps again. He wore a white baker's hat, right here. "Hi, Mr. Mack. Do you have a package for me?" Mr. Mack smiled. "Not today, Brian." Do you remember who Mr. Mack is? Oh, yeah, he's the mailman. Okay. Next page. The day after that, Brian sat on his front steps again. He wore a red fireman's hat. "Hi, Mr. Mack. Do you have a package for me?" "Not today, Brian," Mr. Mack said. "Are you expecting something?" "No," Brian shook his head. "I'm hoping." So it looks like Brian's sitting on his steps every day, and he doesn't even know if he's going to get a package. He just hopes someone sends one to him. Do you have any guesses what Brian is hoping for? The next day, Brian had a cold. He sniffed. He coughed. He felt hot and tired. He stayed in bed. "What if I get a package today?" he said. Oh, Brian looks very sick in bed, huh? I hate being sick, don't you? "Don't worry," said Mom. "Mr. Mack knows where we live." "I hope so," Brian said. He closed his eyes. He can't stay out on his steps today because he's feeling so sick. So he's worried that he's going to miss a package. Knock, knock. Brian woke up. He heard the front door open. "Hello, Mr. Mack," said Mom. "I have a package for Brian," Mr. Mack said. "Thank you. I'll give it to him as soon as he wakes up." What do you think's in this package? Let's see. Brian sat up in bed. "What is it, Mom?" he called. Mom walked in and handed him a box. "Open it and see." Brian tore open the box. He looked inside and laughed. He pulled out a dark blue hat and put it on his head. "Look, Mom, the present is from Mr. Mack. I'm a mailman." That's very cute. It looks like Mr. Mack gave him a mailman's hat because he's a mailman, right? Oh, the end. Okay, so let's do a couple questions before we end our story just to make sure we remember everything that happened. So, number 1 says, which of Brian's hats is white? I think it was, let's go back and see which of his hats was white. Blue. Oh, here's a white hat. It's the chef's hat that was white, right? Excellent. Okay, number 2 says, which hat did Brian wear first? Do you remember? I don't remember. I have to go back and look again at the picture. Hey, here we go. Oh, it's this one. He sat on his front steps and he wore his red baseball cap. So that's the hat that he wore first. Okay, number 3, why did Brian stop sitting on the steps of his building? I bet you know the answer to that one. It's because he got sick. Exactly. Number 4, why was Brian afraid to sit on bed? I think he was afraid because he was afraid that he would get a package and that he would miss it. And then he wouldn't be able to open his package. But luckily, his mom went outside to get his package for him. You did an excellent job reading with me today. I hope you continue to read at home and have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye.